Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So the next 6 letters are uh, uh, as you see here, uh, and the first one, they all look about the same. Uh, they differ in a little bit from one pair to the next. But like for example, the first 4 letters have a bowl. The first pair of those letters have 3 chairs, and the second pair of those 4 have a loop. Uh, and then the difference between each letter of the pair is the dots. Again, so the shape is this. The shapes are almost the same, but the dots are what make the difference. The first one is seen, so it's written S-E-E-N, just like the English S. And then the next one is sheen. Sheen is with 3 dots on top of the 3 chairs. The seen doesn't have any dots. The sheen is okay. It's written S-H-E-E-N. So. Uh, and then in Arabic it's written as shown in the parentheses. The and the next pair is Sad and Dad. The Seen and Sheen, they're both thin letters. So Sa or Sha, you open horizontally. You smile. But with the next 4 letters, they're all thick letters. So you open wide vertically. Sad, and you can see I've written it in English. I've written it with an AW instead of an AA. So now the Saad is like the Seen, is like the S, English S, but you open wide. Saad, Saad. And then the next one is Lord. Lord is much like the English D, but except you just open wide. That's the pretty much the only difference. Lord, and you try to thicken your tongue a little bit. Lord. So Sod and Lord. You have a loop and you have a bowl. They're both thick. And now the next pair is almost exactly like the Sod and the Dad, except you lose the bowl and you add an alif on top of the loop. So the Ta is a lot like the English T, but except you thicken your tongue and you open wide. And so instead of the T in English is da or ta, but here it's Ta. And again with the ta, compared to the English T, you flatten the tip of your tongue, and here again you flatten the tip of your tongue with the Ta, but you open wide. Ta, ta, ta. Now, with the law has a dot on top. It's written exactly like the law, but just with a dot on top. And it's a thick letter, so you open wide. Law. Now, if you can master the tha and the thal, the law shouldn't be too harder because the placement of the tongue is the same. You bring the tip of the tongue out under the upper front teeth, and you pronounce it very hard, and you try to thicken your tongue. Law, but the placement of the tongue is the same as the tha and the thal. So if you can do those two, you should be able to do the law also. The next 5 letters uh, are they're one pair, and then the next 3 are similar. Um, uh, so let's let me end there because I think I'm getting close to the 5-minute limit. So I'll pick up in the next lesson with these 5.